Hey guys, welcome back to That's Mental with myself, Isabel Bartak Healy. I'm so excited to announce our next guest. She is a fantastic woman who I have a million questions to ask. So our next guest is TikToker, content creator, and all-around amazing person, Miriam Mullins.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks for having me.
It's so nice to speak to you today.
I'm excited.
Talk to me about your career first and foremost, because like I was checking your TikTok, 2.2 mil.
Yeah, it's mad.
Like that's insane.
Yeah, it hasn't grown now in a while. That was all lockdown.
But still, I feel like, because straight away, like I was saying to myself, like, that's some achievement.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it hasn't grown in a while. Like, I mean, you must wake up in the morning and think to yourself, like, whoa, I hit that. Like, that's, and you created it all yourself.
Yeah, it used to be like I'd post 6 videos a day when I started, and I'd go to bed at night and I'd wake up and I could have 50,000 more followers on TikTok.
Wow.
That was like 2020, 2021. It was mental.
And so do you think that's when everything sort of blew up for you during lockdown?
100%. I think it's different now because it's so saturated and people aren't as quick to click the follow button.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people on the app now, whereas when I started it was like not many people. And it was like way easier to grow because everyone was at home and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd been doing YouTube for a few years when I was in college. So I did creative digital media in MTU.
Yeah.
Graduated, took a year out and went travelling. So I went to the US. Worked there for 6 months. It was meant to be 2 years, but with COVID, we all lost our jobs and they like sent us all home and everything. Very stressful time. I didn't know what I was doing with my life because I was like back home, back living with my parents. I was 23. I was like, oh God, like what am I going to do? So then I downloaded TikTok because I was like stuck in my room for 2 weeks, and I literally just started making videos, and I was like banging out 6-7 videos a day. It was workhorse for like a year.
And what made you just decide that you wanted to do that? Were you like, I want to get myself out there, I want to be in the public eye, and this is how I can do it now? Like, you know, I can make my own content, put it out the way I want to, and see if people like it. Like
when I started doing it, I never ever thought that it would get to like the level it's at. Like I was just doing it because like I always wanted to do presenting. Like that was always like my dream job, and I was like, what could I do to kind of like help me, like baby steps get to that?
Yeah.
So I was like posting on social media. Like I always used to look up how to become a TV presenter in RTE, and like look up different TV presenters and what they did.
Yeah.
And like some people used to like post their show reels and stuff on YouTube and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just do this on TikTok. But I genuinely never thought that it would blow up, and I never had intentions of like being like well known or anything. I literally just did it because I was bored. Like I had nothing else to do. Like,
and were you nervous putting your work out there and snippets of yourself and I suppose like comedy skits, or were you just like, meh, let's just put it out there and see what happens?
Yeah, I've always been very like I really don't care what anyone thinks. Like I have that mindset like all through my life, which is like I suppose a good thing and a bad thing, I don't know. But I just post and not think about it. Genuinely, I'd literally film a video, edit it, post it, and just like throw my phone away for like an hour, and then I'd come back and look, and I'd know if the video was doing well or not. And if the video was doing bad, I'd delete it.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Would you still do that now?
Sometimes, not as much as what I used to, because I do really put more effort into the quality over the quantity. Like when I started, I was literally doing 6-7 videos a day. Now I do 1 or 2. Because I want to focus more on quality. Because like I kind of know, like I know certain videos that'll do well now. Like I could post something and I know it'll do well, but it's not necessarily like there's no benefit to it. Do you know what I mean? You're just banging out a video for the sake of it. So I try and put more like time into editing and actually like effort with the video, if that makes sense.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
And so what I can't get over is, like, obviously I know you a little bit, and we would cross paths at events and stuff like that, and you're such a lovely girl, and I can vouch for that. So
thanks.
I don't know why you get so much hate online.
I get so much. Do you know what? I've such a, does not bother me one bit. Like literally an example of it was last night. One of my best friends, she's very like protective over me, and we were like sitting in our local pub, and there was like a group of girls that we didn't know. Like normally I'd know everyone in my local pub, and that's why I love going there, because no one gives a crap, no one bothers me. It's lovely. But there was a group of girls and they were like recording me in the pub, And she was like, she literally got up. I was like, stop. Like, I had to like tell her, I was like, please just don't react. Like, don't. And people around me see it way more than I do. Like, I could be just like walking and one of my friends would be like, oh, that person's taking a picture of you. And I just be like, I'm just so used to it that it doesn't even, like, I just literally, I'm in a zone and I don't even bat an eyelid. But I don't even think I realise how bad it actually is sometimes because I just don't look at it.
Was there a moment or a memory that you remember of opening something for the first time or something that was particularly bad that you thought, Jesus, I don't know if I want to do this anymore?
Yeah, like one thing I don't like is people putting stuff on the internet about people in my life because they've not put themselves out there, and that really bothers me. And like making up stuff about people in my life, like, you know, friends, relationships, things like that, it's just like really, really difficult because I feel bad then. I feel like it's my fault and I find that really hard. But I think people know how to they know how to crack someone. Like these trolls on the internet are so clever. Like they know how to like affect someone. But I'm so delighted about this whole Tattle thing. Have you seen that?
I was just about to ask you about it.
Yeah.
Because again, like someone who, I mean, you've 2.2 mil on TikTok, you know, I feel like obviously the bigger the following you have, the more susceptible you are to negative messages. And you've just, you know, said that you've had experiences with those. What, did you ever go on Tattle? Like, did you ever go on one night? I mean, I'm sure your friends and your family told you to stay away from it, but curiosity.
Yeah.
Are you one of those people that is like, feck it, I'll just see what they're saying about me?
I don't think I've read Tattle in about almost a year, I would say. I used to read it, but I genuinely think it's a form of self-harm going on and reading your own thread, like, because 99% of it is like, it's lies and it is defamation. Like, that's the whole thing that's coming out at the moment is like, people going on and making up stuff. It's like someone could go on and be like, oh, I went to school with her and she was this, that and the other, and then they could make another account and be like, oh yeah, I was like, this is what they're doing. It's like, it could be like one person with 6 accounts like backing each other up because apparently that's what it is. But like I've like caught 1 or 2 people I know that have been trolling me, and it's always people that are like closer to home than like you'd even realise.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So would they have been friends, kind of friends of friends?
One of them is someone I was in school with.
Yeah.
Another person is someone that lives in my area because they put something up about Tian and Tattle. And I was like they kind of gave away who it was. And I was like, and I did this thing where I don't contact this person at all, but they have my WhatsApp number because they called to my door looking for like a video or something ages ago. And I put up a status on my WhatsApp, which I never do, like a story. And they were the first to view the story. And I never contact them. So they're obviously looking me up on WhatsApp.
Sounds like Colleen Rooney, Rebecca Vardy.
Doesn't it? I know. But like, I'm literally like, but I don't say, and I haven't said anything to them. They don't know that I know this. Ooh. Maybe until now, I don't know. But like, yeah. But yeah.
Oh my God.
But there's so many, like, even if you know on Instagram, so if someone's trolling you on Instagram, if you try and log into their account and you click forget password, the last 3 digits of a phone number comes up, being like, we've sent a thing to this number, and there's like stars then. So like if you type in like 3 digits of a number into your phone and it's a contact on your phone, it's obviously someone you know. Like, I know people who've caught people like that they know from that.
That's you're like,
I know,
an investigative journalist now at this stage. Like,
yeah.
But I suppose do you feel like you have to be like that to protect yourself?
To be fair, I'd rather not know who these people are. I'd rather not know, because like when I found out who those 2 people are, like anytime I see them, I literally get so much anxiety.
I was just about to say, it must make you really paranoid about who you can and can't trust.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%. But I just don't like to have that like negative feeling towards someone. But like, you just can't help yourself because you know that they've been online saying stuff about you. But like, I don't know, I don't look at anything anymore. I don't react to anything. I don't bother because I actually genuinely think that these people are sick. Like they're not well in the head. Like,
and I suppose has it made you not want to make content or post so much? Because I know, like, I was looking at your TikTok and, you know, you do a lot of videos where you're calling people out. Like, so, you know, someone said something about your boyfriend recently being on like a website looking for men, and you were like, why are people saying this about him? You know what I mean? And so do you feel like you have to make videos to protect people, but also, like, do you feel like I don't want to make content then because everything I do, people are just writing things about me?
I am very protective over people. If it's something that's extreme like that, like literally there was this person like made a Grindr profile and was sending like dudes, I would say, because I don't know if this is like two people, and like that's insane. But it wasn't like they were pretending it was him, which is very like that's defamatory. Like that's really like it's really bad. Like that could affect someone's career. Like
Yeah.
and I had 1 or 2 messages saying it was sent to minors as well, which is even worse. So, but there's actually barely any laws in place, and that's the problem. But I think it's starting to get a bit better. Like there's these things now that are happening, like the Tattle thing, Coco's laws has come in. Like there is things that are getting better, but like I've had to go to the guards about stuff, and they like genuinely don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know how to help you here. Like, do you know, just like people like driving past the house and taking pictures and stuff like that of the house and stuff like that. Like, and you're just a bit like.
And does it make you feel? Do you think it, like would you feel unsafe if there has been situations where you just feel very vulnerable?
To be honest, no. Like I'm actually quite lucky. Like there's been 1 or 2 incidents, but when I say it to other people who are in the same industry as me, they're like, "Oh, yeah, I've experienced that as well." Like I've had it quite tame in comparison to other people. Like I've had friends who've had some mad stuff happen to them that's not happened to me, so I kind of feel like, okay, I can't complain, do you know?
Yeah.
I've just had people drive past the house and take a photo, or knock on the door and look for a photo, which look, it's kind of coming onto someone's privacy, do you know? But also I don't think people understand, and my audience is quite young. Like I have a lot of like young girls that follow me, and like they think it's okay to like come to the door and stuff, do you know?
Yeah.
So like, you know, and I have gone out, like I've been like, look, we can take one down the road, but like just not outside the house, because I can't, like I couldn't say no. Like I'd hate to like ruin someone's day, or like for them to be like, oh, she was so mean. I don't know, like
I know.
Yeah.
It's so much pressure on you as well, you know. Like, and you're still in your 20s. And you were also telling me as well about you're in the process of getting diagnosed for autism.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to ask you all about that, because I suppose you're in the limelight, which is hard enough to navigate. You know, there's all these things going on. And then do you feel like it's harder with potentially having autism as well? Does it make you, like, what are the, I suppose, traits that you started to notice that thought you might have it?
So have you ever seen the Christine McGuinness documentary, the BBC one?
No.
So where she got diagnosed with autism. So I saw that and I was literally like, that is me. Literally, her whole personality, like I was like, I can relate to so much of that. And I never really like looked into it, but one of my friends is ADHD. She only got diagnosed like 3 years ago, and she's in her late 30s. And she was like, Miriam, I genuinely think that you're neurodivergent, like you're either ADHD, autism. And I know there's all this like people self-diagnosing on the internet and this, that and the other. And I was like, oh, like I don't want to be that person that's like, I think I have ADHD, because there's a lot of that going on at the moment. And it's quite a vulnerable topic for a lot of people, and especially parents who have kids that are autistic, you know. And like as an adult, so I was a bit unsure about going for the knock, because I was like, oh, I'm grand, do you know what I mean? Like I'm fine. But when I kind of looked into it more, I was like, it might be good just to get a bit of closure. Like even when I was in school and stuff, like I was very, like I used to be exhausted. Like exhausted. Like I'd go in and I'd be like, it's like a mask. I felt like I was very kind of like trying to like please other people all the time and not actually be myself. And like if I was left out of something, it would hurt me so much. And still to this day, like if someone leaves me out, I'm like, oh my God, like I
so that just that extra sensitivity. Yeah.
Lights as well, very sensitive to lights, like my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, like sometimes if I go in somewhere and there's a load of lights on, I'm literally like, I have to turn some off, like it's really bad. Few other things as well.
Would you be very like how would you be in, because I'm just thinking about like again your job, and like how would you be in social situations? Would you find them overwhelming? Would you feel like you have to mask, like you were kind of saying you'd be exhausted from school? Is it like you kind of go into a different mode where you're like you're not like yourself, but you feel like you have to wear a different mask to kind of go into a different personality? Yeah,
I suppose I've kind of like trained myself not to struggle in social situations, but I used to growing up. Like when I was a teenager, like I'd hate to like be in a group of people in a conversation. And like that's why I started working in hospitality, because I felt like, well, my mum and dad were like, you need to just go and meet people and socialise, because I wasn't shy, but I was just awkward, and I thought I was just awkward. But now that I look back at it and I see it now, I actually think it was potentially autism. So the assessment I'm going through is the ADOS assessment. Have you heard of that?
No.
So apparently it's more catered for men.
Okay.
But it's you sit down with like a psychologist, and they literally just have a conversation with you, and it's like eye contact. how you deal in certain situations. Like they just ask you a load of questions. So I'm on the final assessment now, so I should know soon. But there's days where I'm like, maybe I'm not, maybe I am. I don't know. Like they couldn't really give me an answer after the second assessment, but I should know soon. But I've been putting it off. Like, I don't know, I need to go and do it. I just need to get my shit together and do it. Like,
I feel like knowledge is power though, so it's just nice to know more about who you are and the way that you work, you know what I mean? And like, I suppose, like autism is fascinating in the sense that like, you know, you mentioned like eye contact there, whereas you would have great eye contact. So it's so like everyone's traits are so different, you know what I mean? And you'd be so good in a social situation, but you're obviously just very, very good at masking.
Yeah.
And were you one of those people in school that needed like loads of details about things? Or are you very detail orientated, or how does that work for you?
I'd sit in the classroom and I'd pretend to listen, but I couldn't take anything in. I'd go home then and I'd like teach myself, because I'd struggle with everything going on around me, like people asking questions, different distractions. Like I remember when I did my leaving cert, I'd wake up at 5 a.m. This is mad now. I'd wake up at 5, I'd study till 7. I'd get up and I'd go to school. I'd come home. I'd study from 4 until 6. I was so, like, I had this like routine to a T. I'd have my dinner. I'd go back studying from like 8 to 10 because I had to, because I couldn't take anything in school. And I was such a high achiever. Like I wanted 625 in my leaving cert. I was like, I'm going to get 625, and I didn't. I got 450, but I burnt out 2 months before the leaving cert. Like I got to like April and I couldn't study anymore. I was so burnt out, like so exhausted, so burnt out. And I just, like, I was very hard on myself, like.
And at that time, did you kind of not understand why you were so burnt out?
But I think it was because it was like the only thing going on in my life. Like I'm very, and as well, this is another thing. They say a lot of neurodivergent women have eating disorders. And when my leaving cert was over, I was like, okay, what's going on? And the next thing I did was I started getting an eating disorder because I needed control in my life. And like that could be like, a lot of people now, it's like need control for different reasons because of trauma and things like that. And to be fair, like I had a really good childhood. Like my parents are amazing. Like I had a great life growing up, but like it was like the next thing, like I needed something to be able to control. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because like that routine was gone out of my life and it was so strange. Like I find that when things end, like I get really like off. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm doing something and it ends, it's like, I'm like, oh, like what am I going to do next? Like I have to have the next thing. Yeah. So I don't know. But
and so how did you, so obviously just like kind of thinking about that there now. So like, when did you, because we're looking at hindsight, so when did you say to yourself, when did you notice that about yourself? So you were like, okay, so I have a tendency to want to control a situation. Yeah. And sometimes that can lead to unhealthy situations for me, or like burnout for my brain. So did you start going to therapy? Like when did you start realising these things?
That's actually one thing that I really want to do, is start going to therapy. I've never been.
No way.
Yeah, and my friends,
it's the best.
Yeah, my friends are like, you need to go to therapy. Just not even just because you need to go, but because it's like so good for the head and stuff.
I think like I always say to people, like I would be very pro it, but that's just because I think it's knowledge is power. That's where my mind goes to, because everyone has some sort of blind spot. Yeah, you know, like because you're looking at yourself from what you've always known about yourself. Yeah. So when someone says something to you like, "Oh, you're such and such," and you're like, "Oh, am I really like that?" Yeah. That's a blind spot, because you're so used to yourself that you don't sometimes notice characteristics about yourself. Yeah. So that's why I think like knowledge is power, and it's great to learn about yourself. But also just saying, you know, you have a need to control. So like getting back to that, when did you figure out that?
I think when I was in college, like it was just, when I went into college, it was just, I didn't like it at all, but I just persisted because I was like, I need a degree, I need this, my parents have paid for this, I need to be here, even though I didn't like it at all. I hated college, like every
And did you go
crevice.
To college in Cork?
I went to MTU. Now, I love my course, don't get me wrong. My course was great. I did creative digital media and it was great fun and I made great friends there and everything like that. But just the whole, I think going from being in such a routine in school and having that routine to going into this completely different, where everything is like up in the air. You're an adult now. You're an actual adult. You have to get yourself to college, go to your lectures, X, Y, and Z, get your assignments done. It just put me off so much. and I felt like I needed something in my life a bit more controlled. And like, I suppose I was going out a little bit more too, and that didn't help either, because I feel like a lot of neurodivergent people, like when they drink and stuff, like I know myself, you can get a bit like, it doesn't suit a lot of neurodivergent people apparently. But like I'm good, like I know when to stop, do you know what I mean? Whereas I'd go out and then I'd just be like, I'd like binge eat, and then that's when all the eating disorder stuff started.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so how are you feeling now? Like, I mean, do you feel like you're feeling good in yourself? Do you feel like you have like a good routine and a good handle on things, or
yeah, I think influencing is a career that they say that when you work for yourself or you're not working with people, that's like neurodivergent people thrive better in that environment than working with people. And I've found that like since I've worked for myself, it is a very lonely job, don't get me wrong, but it suits me a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you think, oh yeah, I have 2 million followers, I don't even think about it half the time. I don't even realise like there's that many people that would follow me or like view my stuff, like, or whatever. Because I just see it's just me in my room filming videos, and I'm by myself and I'm in my own environment. It's just me and my dog or whatever, like, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think since I've been working for myself, I've been a lot more at peace, if that makes sense. Do you know? Like, a lot of the stuff I've read up and done research, like I've done so much research on it, because I also don't want to go around saying, oh, I think I have it, when I might not actually have it. It might just be, I might even have ADHD, who knows?
Yeah.
Could be ADHD, could be autism, it could be Asperger's, like, you just don't know. And I know a lot of people, and like I was on a podcast recently where I kind of just said, oh, I'm going through an assessment, and the abuse I got underneath the comments was like insane. Just because it's like, oh, all these influencers going for autism assessments just to be relatable, and I'm like, but you don't understand what goes on in my brain on a day-to-day basis. Like, I know I'm not diagnosed yet, but I don't call it a diagnosis, I call it a discovery. Because you're discovering something new about yourself. Like, it shouldn't be like this diagnosis, like, oh, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's great that people are going for assessments and trying to get a bit of closure or figure out something about themselves they haven't known all their life, you know, because as adults you can do that. Do you know what I mean?
And I do think like knowledge is power, and I genuinely think that the way you conduct yourself and the way you talk, it's not like you're influencing someone to think about that. It's like you're saying, this is my personal journey, this is what I've decided to do. If it helps someone, great. If you think you might have something similar to me, you know what I mean? So I think you know what, I really do think it's not fair, the amount of hate that you get, you know. But I'm glad to see that it doesn't affect you so much. It
genuinely doesn't. Like, it really, really doesn't. Like, and I'm at such a I'm at a really good point in my life. Like, I'm actually really excited to turn 30.
Yeah,
I'll be turning 30 this year, even though like literally I people think I'm way younger, and I get a lot of stick as well that I act younger. But I've done that because, and then this probably sounds, but like I know what works for brands. They like kind of like young girls in their 20s. And I think when you get to like your 30s, it's like you're kind of in that new era of like, oh, you need to be a mom, you need to have kids, you need to, whereas I don't even know if I want kids, like, honestly. Like, I'm happy to like stay the way I am and just like have my dog and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I also say as well, I always think that it's so much societal pressure, because
100%.
it's what people tell you need to do. Whereas it's like, I feel like you're very much a person who wants to like march to the beat of your own drum. Yeah. And you're entitled to do that. You know what I mean? So like you just need to keep being you and doing what makes you happy. Tell us any inside scoop about any big plans for the future now.
Any inside scoop? I'm going to New York in July with a really big brand. I've never worked with them before, but it's quite big, and I'm really excited about that. Like, it's so weird because I do manifestation a lot. Do you do it?
I need to start doing it more.
Oh my God, I like live by it. I genuinely believe that things I've gotten have been because I've manifested it.
Okay, I need to get on that.
Like, speak it into existence. No, swear to God. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I am going to do this. Yeah. I am going to go here. I'm going to... And like, I've been saying, I'm going to go to New York this year. My aunt lives in Florida. She literally rang me. It's the weirdest thing ever. She rang me 2 weeks ago and she's like, I really want to see you this year. Like, I haven't seen her in like 4 years and we're quite close. And she's like, I really want to see you this year. I don't know if I'll come home, And I was like, you know what? I think I'll go over to her. But her daughters, my cousins, live in like New York, Connecticut, all that. So I was like, right, I'm going to go over to her and stuff like that. 3 days later, I got the email saying like, oh, we'd love to bring you to New York or whatever.
Wow.
And I was like, that's mental.
Yeah.
Because I'd been like saying it and speaking it. Do you know what I mean? But it's crazy. Like, and even different things that have happened, like even with the radio presenting, like I was like saying that for ages. I'd love to do radio presenting, love to get into it. And it kind of like, to be fair, I think hard work definitely pays off. And to be fair, TikTok has given me so many opportunities. I'm like so grateful for it. But I actually just think if you're a good person and you're a nice person and you work hard, like good things will happen.
Absolutely.
Like I say that to so many people, like.
Totally. And would you ever give advice to young women who want to get into doing what you do? Would you tell someone to do it, or would you say no?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. It's the best job in the world. Like, I think every job has pros and cons. The cons of the job are people being jealous of you and hating on you. But then when you meet them face to face, they won't say it. They're all behind screens. So I think that's a reflection on them. It's not a reflection on you. But the perks of the job are class. Like, sure, you know as well, like going to events, getting PR, like it's great. Like, you know. And I love that, like, sometimes, like, I'll build up my PR and I'll take what I want and I get to give it to my friends and stuff.
Oh, my
it's
God.
It's so rewarding.
My friends and my family are like, when they come over to my house, they're like, oh my God, what did I get today? You know? So I can only imagine, you know, what your friends and family think from, like, a bigger scale of things. So, yeah.
I've cut it down a lot, though. Like, I've messaged some brands and just been like, look, because some brands, like, the PR they send, it's like 4 boxes and, like, a tiny thing. And I'm like, lads, like, save the planet, I beg. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
please look after the planet more.
Yeah, but I love being. I'm such a gift giver.
Yeah,
like gift giving is my love language. So I love like making up like little bags for my friends and just being like, I think you like this and try this. Yeah, like they love it. Like,
and do you love being from Cork? Like, would you call yourself a really proud Cork person?
Yeah, I love it. Like, I'm mad into like GAA and stuff as well. That's another thing. Football is like, sport is so good for mental health.
I was just going to say, because I know you play football.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, do you think that really helps you like unwind from
100%.
The stresses of the job?
Yeah, 100%. It's a sense of community. So like all the girls I play with, we all went to primary school together or grew up together, but we're like different ages. So I'm actually one of the older ones in the team now. I think I'm like the 3rd or 4th oldest, but they're all a little bit younger than me and stuff. But like, we're all going to like bottomless brunch now in like 2 weeks. There's like 15 of us coming up here doing bottomless brunch. And I'm so excited for it because it's all like my friends from home, do you know? Yeah. And we all play football together and like it's great. And we're doing well as well this year. We're actually having a good solid year. Like, so it's good. Like when you win. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in and chatting to us.
Thanks
so you're such a lovely, genuine sweetheart.
Oh, thank you.
You're probably following, like everyone's probably following you already, but if they're not, where can people find your pages?
So it's TikTok is Miriam Mullins _.
Yeah.
Instagram is Miriam Mullins _ and Snapchat is just Miriam Mullins.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All the deets.
Thanks. And as well, I think this is a great idea for a podcast as well, just getting different people on who, you know, have different, like, you know, neurodivergent mental, you know, health and stuff like that. It's really good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.